Are deadlifts bad for your back? The simple answer, no they're not. I think it's become a platitude, at least online, on YouTube, when people will say, oh yo, you shouldn't deadlift, it's bad for your back snaps, it's gonna fuck you up, you're gonna be crippled and shit. I think it's a dumb fucking statement to say that deadlifts are bad for your back, when it's the complete opposite, once again, as I said, when done correctly. And that's the key point right here that I want to make. If you're performing deadlifts incorrectly, of course it could be bad for your back. It's like any other exercise, it carries an inherent risk to it. But that risk is associated to how you execute it. Meaning, if you do a deadlift and your form is perfect, you're at no risk whatsoever of injuring yourself. If, however, you haven't taken the proper time to learn the technique, because the deadlift requires more technique, than doing a bicep curl, then yes, you are at risk of injury. Luckily for you, I got a comprehensive how to deadlift video right here. I could see some rare cases where doing a deadlift is okay. Like maybe, practicing it for prison. But other than that, it's a one-way ticket to the graveyard. First of all, let's answer a simple question. What the fuck is really a deadlift? It's picking shit off the ground. It's learning how to lift things properly off the ground and learning how to lift really heavy things off the ground. This is a very useful trait. I don't know if you've heard maybe from a friend or someone else, some guy that tried to lift something up, they're perhaps moving and oh, I strained my back. That's because they're using incorrect technique. When you learn to do the deadlift properly, you'll learn the proper muscles, what should fire when you're trying to lift that weight. Pick a weight up off the ground. And most of us severely lack that coordination. In modern society, we sit on our ass all day. We don't really do too much. So learning how to deadlift properly, learning what muscles to fire is very important because as you'll see and as you know, everyone, who's ever tried to deadlift initially feels very awkward, feels very weird. Your ass is rising, your knees are shooting forward, your back's rounding, a whole bunch of things are going incorrectly. However, if you keep to it and you keep focusing on form, eventually you will start deadlifting correctly. And that's where you get the big benefits for your body. You see, one of the most important areas to help increase the security of your spine is your rectus spinae, which is like a Christmas-like tree muscle that goes from your lower back, your lower lumbar, all the way up, attaching to your neck. This is what helps protect your spine. You know what the deadlift primarily helps emphasize? Your spinal erecti. There's some that might say that deadlifts cause spinal compression and therefore it's once again bad for your body. This is also incorrect. Squats would do the same thing. Any loaded movement on your back causes some sort of spinal compression. But guess what? Your back is meant to handle spinal compression. That's the function of the spine and its most important muscle for that, your rectus spinae. If you read a book by a back expert like Dr. Stuart McGill, you would actually find out that keeping that back in that natural arch type position is most optimal for teaching the muscles how to fire correctly and keeping the spine safe. In other words, by doing a deadlift correctly will help build the right muscles to make your spine stronger. In fact, if you look at any sports therapist or expert, you'll see that the vast majority of them recommend doing deadlifts to help strengthen your back. You have to invest the time, and once you invest this time, you will reap the rewards. I one time saw a girl deadlift, and then she farted. That was a sign from the powers that be that you should not be deadlifting. Hopefully she was paying attention. In fact, I'm going to make the counter argument that sitting on your ass all day and not doing deadlifts is worse for your back. You see, the vast majority, a lot of back problems actually come from repetitive motion injury. Basically sitting on your butt all day. Sitting down for a prolonged period of time is really, really bad. This is why for a lot of people, the case will be when they injure their back, they're doing a very simple movement. They're going down to pick something up and they feel strain on their back. So for my young subscribers that are just starting to work out, if a young dude approaches you, 16 years old, 120 pounds soaking wet, approaches you and says, yo, deadlifts are bad, you can get back snaps. You have my permission to snap his fucking back, Bane style. BAM! Men, women, young and old, you all should deadlift, and you all should deadlift correctly. Take the time, invest in it, and you will reap the rewards. That's all I gotta say, guys, in this video. Thanks, as always, for watching. Make sure to like, share with friends, and subscribe. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.